Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Nick, it's the off season. The Raiders have finally made a big move.
Yes.
Antonio Pierce has been announced as the Raiders head coach. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. This was quick. And in these 12, 13 days since we last played, it's been a roller coaster. I didn't know which way we were going to go. We interviewed Leslie Frazier. I was like, are we going to interview Harbaugh? What are we doing? Then he had a lot of noise. Then it went quiet. And then, I get the notification today that he's our guy. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm relieved. I feel like we made the right decision. And I can't wait.
Did the Raiders make a smart decision by naming Antonio Pierce as the full-time head coach of the Raiders? My answer, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So many positives from this hire. And Nick, I want you to talk about some of them.
Yeah. So, he's got the locker room. Max Crosby came out and said he's going to have to explore all options if he isn't our head coach. Today I heard Devontae Adams before the news broke out on a little podcast, and he said that's our guy. We want him. It's unanimous. We want AP, and it got me worried. Like, man, if we make the wrong decision, what are these guys going to do? Is it going to be a domino effect of, hey, this guy's on, now this guy's gone, then we're in full rebuild mode? This is a smart decision. Like I said, he's got the locker room. He did things in the season that we weren't accustomed to seeing. The 63-point against the Chargers, beating the Chiefs, some of the other stuff that he did. Now we have a defense. This is a really smart move, and I'm pumped up.
Antonio Pierce, which is huge, comes out of his interim season with a winning record.
Yeah.
That's just big all alone. Beating Andy Reid, beating Sean Payton, winning some of those big games. That Charger game was absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you're not accustomed to seeing. Dominating the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Teams have tough times doing that all the time. Raiders especially, but they come out with their interim.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Pierce, a guy who shifted the culture, and then you go to Arrowhead and then you just beat up on them. We're talking trash to Mahomes, and Mahomes somehow, when you talk trash to Mahomes, somehow he just comes out and he does his thing, comes alive. But we're talking trash to Mahomes, and we just keep putting Mahomes down and Kelsey down. What Antonio Pierce did is amazing, and for him to get hired is perfect. Mark Davis made the right decision. Mark Davis didn't go out and try to hit a home run. Mm-hmm. He didn't go for the big splash hire, which he has tried the last 2 times.
Yeah.
And John Gruden with a big contract. Josh McDaniels and the Dave Ziegler deal with the big contract. Mm-hmm. He goes to Antonio Pierce, the smart decision. Players love him. Fans love him. No one can really hate on Mark Davis in making this decision.
No, exactly. And I feel like this last year or two, he's really matured as an owner. He listened to the fans and everybody when they wanted McDaniels out. He did that. He appointed AP as the head coach, and everybody loved him. For the last 10 weeks, we loved this guy. And I don't think this was the plan of, hey, after the season, we're going to give you a look. But shoot, after day 2 of him being a head coach, after the pressers and everything, you felt a spark of energy, a burst of energy, the Raider way. We loved what he was saying, and he actually delivered. Mark Davis wised up and picked him and didn't go for the home run like he did with Gruden, like he did with McDaniels, the Patriot way. He went the Raider way. Hey, everybody loves this guy. Let's do it. And he's smart and matured for doing that.
Yeah, Mark Davis has taken a lot of heat for a lot of different things, whether it's warranted or not. Mm-hmm. And this was a big decision for him to make, and for him just to go out and pick who the players want, pick who the fans want, majority of fans. Mm-hmm. It's just smart by his part. Yeah. Now, I think he can watch Raider games with a little less stress. I think he can have a little less stress in his own life. How much stress does Mark Davis have if he picks another person, Raider fans talking crap about it, media talking crap about it, and he's like, this better work. Mm-hmm. In this case, Mark Davis, I think, can enjoy Raider games. I think Mark Davis can have fun watching Raider games and be like, hey, I put my hands up. I let the Raider fans and the Raider players get what they wanted. Let's see what AP can do.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be, very costly like Jim Harbaugh would be.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think you said it best. Hey, I got what you guys wanted. Now it's time for AP to deliver. It's time for the players to deliver because that's who they wanted, and for them to go out and play for AP, and hopefully we make something special out of this.
Not only that, it's time for the fans to be at Allegiant Stadium.
Exactly.
It's time for it to be 90%, 80% Raider fans in that stadium.
Exactly.
It was embarrassing last season.
You're right.
It really was.
And you know what? To be honest with you, every game, it looks like either a Pro Bowl's in there or we're away. Because you just see a whole bunch of other jerseys except Raider jerseys. It's a Raider stadium. It's in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Raiders. We need Raider fans in there.
Yeah, Mark gives us what we want. The fans, the players, everybody. So I think as fans, we need to show up to Allegiant Stadium and need to make it a Raider home game.
Yes.
And I think that's what the fans are going to do. The fans are pumped up. The fans are excited, like you always say. And I'm just excited for this new era of Raider football. The GM is up in the air, though. Still, Nick.
Yeah, I tell you what, and I know it's still early. We're not even 2 weeks from our last game, but we've hit. We're 1 of 4 right now. And these next 3 are probably the GM, offense coordinator, and quarterback. What are we going to do at those 3? I think Raider fans, especially us, we got what we want. And the head coach, now it's time to deliver and make 3 more good decisions. And I think we're in for a hell of a season.
I think in the GM search, I think there's no wrong decision.
No,
with Champ
exactly.
Kelly and Ed Dodd. So I think you're going to be going 2 out of 4 in that case right there. So I'd like both of those guys, both up and comers, both guys that have made good decisions, as assistant GMs and interim GMs. Yeah. But I'm excited to see who we announce, and it could probably be announced tomorrow. It could probably be announced in a couple hours. You never know. I expect it to be announced by the end of this weekend, and we can get a nice little interview with all these guys and Mark Davis, Antonio Pierce, and the next GM.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. We got a full weekend ahead of us. I think they hire somebody, and come Monday, Tuesday, we're looking at that presser, pumped up and ready to go.
The offensive coordinator should be interesting. That should be interesting who we get there.
Yeah,
that's up in the air. That's like no one knows.
I mean, Kingsbury's out there. I mean, or he can bring his guy. I mean, it's really unknown right now. We just know that AP is going to be on the sideline, and that's it. We don't know who else. I know there was a talk of Marvin Lewis potentially joining the squad. Don't know what his title is yet. But yeah, as of right now, we just know that AP's on the sideline. That's it. I'm excited to see who he brings and what staff he puts around him.
What I love about bringing in AP is the aggressiveness. AP brought the aggressiveness, the toughness, the Raider way.
Yeah.
And I think Antonio Pierce will be so down to go up, trade up, and get a guy in Jaden Daniels, a guy he coached in high school.
Yeah, this is his team.
Making a splash.
This is his team. This isn't no one else's team. He's not taking over for anybody anymore. He is the head coach. There's no there's no interim or whatever. This is your team. You can go do whatever you want to do. You bring in your quarterback, and I'm excited to say that I hope it's Jaden Daniels. I hope he brings in his boy Jaden Daniels, and we get this thing rolling. I hope that this starts a brand new chapter in the Raiders franchise, and that this stays like this for a while. You see all the great franchises. Bill Belichick was in the Patriots for over 20 years. Andy Reid's been in Kansas City for 13, 15 years. Some of these coaches have been there for a while. I want to hang on to a coach and not look every 3 or 4 years for something new. Let's hang on to this guy. Let's get this guy a franchise quarterback and roll for these next 10, 15 years, Art.
Yeah, in an interview, Devontae Adams talked about Jaden Daniels, and he talked very highly of him, and he made it sound like he wants that mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders have been getting killed the last, so many 5, 6, 7 years because we don't have mobility at the quarterback position. We're in a new age where you need to have a mobile quarterback. And I know Joe Flacco was Joe Flacco, right? Yeah. Joe Flacco was the guy who was like, oh, baby, you don't need a mobile quarterback. He's going off. But he gets dominated in the playoffs.
Against Houston.
Absolutely dominated against Houston. You do need a mobile quarterback in this league. And I'm not saying you need a runner. I'm just saying you need someone that's mobile.
You need someone who's
someone that can extend the plays. And the Raiders need to go out and get someone that extends plays, whether it's Justin Fields in a trade, whether it's Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, even Drake May can move really good. But we need to get someone that can move, someone that can do that, extend plays. And Antonio Pierce, I think, is in for that.
Yeah, I mean, now, like I said, it's his team. He needs to make some smart decisions. We need a quarterback, not just a statue who's going to sit there and take sacks and everything. Make some real good decisions. And I think that's Jaden Daniels, or just like you say, Caleb Williams, Drake May, somebody. We just need someone who can extend plays.
I mean, that AP, little hype video on Instagram, did that fire you up?
Yeah, yes, and he only said like 5 words.
Yeah.
Raider Nation, stand up. 4. Then that was it. And it pumps me up. It pumped me up his first press conference. It pumped me up after every press conference he had. Either if we won or lost, he was saying all the right things. And I think his last one, when he ended off chanting Raiders to everybody, and he says, well, you know what, we'll work on it when I get this full-time job. I think he was confident. He knew he was going to be here. He's got it. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm ready to roll. It just sucks that we're going to have to wait like 9 months to see him in the sideline.
I know. You knew we made the right decision right when you saw Antonio Pierce rocking the all black pants, all black shirt, the all black Raiders letter. Man, he was looking really good, and obviously capped off by the black forces. He loves those things. He loves those black forces. That's the Raider thing.
Is that
there.
The official shoe of the Las Vegas Raiders?
That might be the official sideline shoe of the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, that might be dress code to get into Allegiant Stadium. You need to wear black forces to get into Allegiant next season.
He's gonna have me looking on the internet right now to go buy some. Yeah, no, I love everything that this guy brings. It's just weird that 13 weeks ago, we kind of didn't know nothing about this guy. He was just our linebackers coach, and that was it. Fast forward months ahead, we're pumped up. We're excited. This is the new head coach, the new face of the Raiders. This is Raider way. He gets everybody all pumped up. And this is what everybody wanted. This is what the fans wanted. This is what the players wanted. Even the talk show hosts, the Undisputed and the First Takes and everybody said it's his job. And now he's just got to deliver.
I mean, you really knew it was his job when at the end of the season, the Raiders were just barely playing their best ball. They were barely getting in a groove and playing their best football. They're a team where, if Antonio Pierce got the job maybe 2 games earlier, we're a playoff team.
Yeah.
Because of the energy he brought and what he got out of his players. And I don't even think we only got, 9 games of it. Imagine we get a full season. This Raider team's going to be legit.
And that's what I'm excited about. You get OTAs, training camp, all off season, a preseason, and then we go in. You just don't throw him out to the wolves and do this for 9 games. We're going to see him for a 17-game season, a whole off season. Like I said, training camp, OTAs. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. If we got that out of just throwing him in there, just imagine what we're going to get when he has everything in time to really prepare.
I mean, think about it. You got 9 games or 10 weeks with the bye of Antonio Pierce, his energy, and everyone in the building. The players, the executives, the people who clean up the place, the people in the cafeteria giving it the 100% Max Crosby effort for 10 weeks. 10 weeks, right? And we had success. We were 5-4, had a couple tough games where Antonio Pierce was in his learning curve a little bit, but the mentality switched in the whole building. But like you said, imagine a whole off season when everyone in the building is bought in. It's just going to be absolutely exciting.
Yeah, and you saw today, I think Devontae tweeted out some things. Max Crosby was excited. Josh Jacobs isn't even on the team anymore, and he was tweeting out, and it was on Instagram stories and everything, all excited and pumped up. He makes a lot of people pumped up and excited. And just it's going to take a couple free agents to be like, you know what, I want to feel like that. I'm going to go there and play for him, with knowledge of him or not. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Draft's going to be exciting. Free agency is going to be exciting. I think this coach is going to attract some major key players.
I think so too. We'll see you guys next time on Raider Talks when we see who we get at GM, offensive coordinator, and then obviously we'll be talking soon about quarterbacks and the combine a little bit. We'll see you guys next time. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.